Hello and welcome to episode 7 of QuickStep's Quick Guides, the series where I quickly guide you through the various aspects of Minecraft, teaching you the basics you need to know in order to play the game. In this episode I'm going to show you how to get to, explore and yes, even return from the Nether. You scared yet? No? Good, then let's begin. As usual, I'll begin with the equipment you should take with you. Preparation is key. Firstly, weapons. The Nether is an extremely dangerous place, so it's best to be prepared for any situation, as there are a lot of hostile mobs that inhabit this hellish dimension. So for that reason I will take a sword, a shield and a bow, as this means no matter what mob I'm up against, I'm ready for battle, and obviously a full set of enchanted armour, with at least 2 pieces enchanted with fire protection, and the boots should have feather falling. Check out this video to learn more about enchanting. It would also be a good idea for one piece of your armour to be made of gold, or at least carry a spare gold piece of armour on you. I'll explain why later. Besides combat gear, you should also take some food, an iron or diamond pickaxe and some torches. Cobblestone is blast resistant in the Nether. There are no creepers, but once you meet a ghast, you'll soon see why that's important. You should also take some dirt with you so you have an easy to break building block. This will come in handy for pillaring up or blocking off mobs. A crafting table, a couple of chests, a furnace and some fuel will let you set up a base camp, and 2 blank locator maps, an item frame and a cartography table will help you find your way back to it in the very likely event that you get lost. A few spare resources for crafting spare weapons or tools would be a smart play, and a gold ingot or 2 would also be a good idea. And the most important thing you'll need in the Nether is a flint and steel. Why would you need to start fires in a place that makes hell look like the Arctic? Well, I'll explain that now. In order to enter the Nether, you need to construct a Nether portal. To do this, you must collect a minimum of 10 obsidian and build a portal frame surrounding a 3x2 hole of air. The next step is to light the inside of the portal with a flint and steel to activate it. Then you can step inside to be transported to a connected portal in the Nether. Since ghasts can destroy the portal if you don't have a flint and steel with you, it can be easy to get trapped in the Nether, with the easier way out being to die and respawn back in the overworld. Fortunately, if you did forget to bring one or happen to lose it, it is still possible to ignite a portal. It just might take a bit of time. I'll talk about that later. Once on the other side of the portal, as long as it's safe to do so, you should build a basic cobblestone hut around it to protect you from ghast attacks. Then lay down your crafting table, furnace, chests and item frame. Temporarily place your cartography table, then use one of your maps. Then copy it and place one in the item frame. Maps don't work properly in the Nether. All you can see is the roof of the Nether and your location marker, which spins rapidly. But putting one in an item frame still provides a good way of locating your Nether portal. Your base camp is now ready. No bed, I hear you ask? Well, of course not. Not only is there no nighttime in the Nether, beds are actually explosive and will immediately blow you up the moment you try to sleep. This does have some uses in the Nether, but I wouldn't worry yourself about that right now. So what should you worry yourself about then? Basically everything else. Besides the dangerously large lava oceans and the many hidden lava pockets, which is why we have fire protection, and not to mention the ridiculous amount of high falls, and that's what feather falling is for, there are also a lot of unique mobs in the Nether, and all but one are, or can be, very dangerous. The only mob you never have to fear is the Strider. This passive mob can walk on lava, and if you have a warped fungus on a stick and a saddle, yes that's right, you can actually ride them. I won't mention every mob you'll encounter as I may do a future episode dedicated to the mobs of Minecraft, but I'll run through some of the more need to know ones. Ghasts are one of the biggest issues you'll face in the Nether, and not just because of their size, but because they shoot explosive fireballs at you. These projectiles can destroy a Nether portal, the terrain, and not surprisingly, you. However, a well-timed strike can actually send it flying back to its source, and a well-timed dodge can be a way to make a ghast relight the portal it just broke. Blazes are extremely dangerous, stay away from them at all costs. Unless you want to brew potions or make some eyes of ender so you can find the ender dragon and beat the game. Blazes are fiery floating fireball shooting menaces that drop blaze rods when killed. Blaze rods can be used to make brewing stands, or be turned into blaze powder to fuel one. Blaze powder is also one of the 2 ingredients needed to make an eye of ender. And if you have coal with you, and you have some gunpowder, which you can get from ghasts, you can combine them with blaze powder to make a fire charge, which can also be used to light a broken nether portal. As well as skeletons, you may also come across the taller, darker wither skeleton variant. Because of their height, they can't walk under too high gaps, however that doesn't mean they're not dangerous. Killing them has a small chance of dropping a wither skeleton skull, an item used to summon the wither, a late game boss. Piglins are an unusual crowd. As long as you're wearing at least one piece of gold armour, now you know why I said to bring one, they won't attack you. That is unless they see you mining gold. any gold, even your own. Or if they see you open a container, any container, even your own. Or if you hit one of them, any one of them, even your own. On the bright side, their love for gold can work in your favour, as dropping a gold ingot at their feet will cause them to trade it for a new item. This could include a fire charge to relight your portal if you can't craft one. Another good thing about them is they are scared of zombified piglin, the undead versions of themselves. Okay, so what is there to actually do in the Nether? Well, this is Minecraft, so mining is probably an option. Mining in the Nether is similar to mining in the overworld, so go and watch my 2 previous episodes on caving and mining if you've not seen them, and I'll just cover the differences here. Firstly, there's the ores you'll be finding. The Nether only has 3 mineable ores. They are Nether Quartz ore, which drops Nether Quartz when mined with a wooden pickaxe or better. It can be found up to Y127, but is most common between levels Y10 and Y114. Nether Gold ore, which drops gold nuggets, can be mined with an iron pickaxe or better. It can be found up to Y116, but is most common at Y15. And Ancient Debris, which drops itself when mined with a diamond pickaxe or better. It can be found up to Y119, but is most common between Y13 and Y17. Next, there's the lava pockets and the lava pools, which are a much bigger threat in the Nether. Not only is there far more of them, but lava flows much faster and can be found where you least expect it, and using a water bucket to turn it into obsidian isn't an option down here. Also, you won't find any dungeons when mining in the Nether. However, you are likely to come across some things that are far more dangerous than dungeons when exploring. First up are Bastion Remnants. These castle-like structures come in 4 variants. Bridges, which consist of a massive damaged rampart with a piglin face carved into it, and the interior of the mouth is made up of numerous levels of walkways surrounded by lava. A shattered bridge extends from the mouth with a support pillar on the far side. Boggling stables, which consist of a 3-part rampart with damaged stables on either side. Housing units, which are made of multiple ruined ramparts arranged around a central courtyard. They are one of only 2 places you can find netherwort growing. And treasure rooms, a large rampart connected by a bridge to the actual treasure room. The treasure room itself contains many bridges suspended over a floor of lava, with a magma cube spawner at the bottom. There is a central loot area consisting of gold blocks and 1 or 2 treasure chests. And next is the Nether Fortress. This is a large maze of corridors, bridges and towers made of nether bricks supported by tall pillars that extend down to the lava oceans below. These are dangerous places due to the skeletons and wither skeletons that roam the walkways, and not to mention the fact they can have up to 2 blaze spawners. However, that can be used to your advantage if you need a lot of blaze powder for brewing potions. And speaking of potion brewing, nether fortresses are the only other structure where you can find netherwort, growing on soul sand at the bottom of the stairways. Well, that's it for this episode of QuickStep's Quick Guides. You now know enough to be able to safely explore the Nether. Just be careful. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one.